It took a lot longer than I thought it would take. A lot longer. Hey you guys, the Doc is Hope here and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well and having a great week. First week of 2023. We made it. So today I'm coming to you guys with something a little new. I have tried an indie pattern. I normally sew up McCall, Vogue, Simplicity, some Butterick, but this time I decided to step outside of the box of the big four and try something a little different. So I am reviewing this pattern. This is a Viki Sews pattern, my first one ever. And I sewed up the Malika skirt, which you can see here. Can you guess why I sewed this up? That little action right there in the front, that nice curved slit that I absolutely love. So, yeah, guys, stick around to see what I thought about this pattern, how the skirt turned out, and anything else you might want to know. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button so we can continue to hang out together and you guys can catch these fun videos once a week. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's get into this pattern review. All right, y'all. So like I said, this is new for me. This pattern that I found on Viki Sews, I really liked it. I really liked the skirt, the fit of it, how it looks. And I was like, oh, I kind of want that skirt. I kind of need that skirt in my life. So I said, okay, let's do it. It said that it's an intermediate difficulty. So right there in the middle. And I would say that's pretty accurate. So initially, guys, this is a PDF pattern. I do not enjoy sewing up PDF patterns, only because you have to print them out, paste them to, well, tape them together, cut them out, so on and so forth. And for me, that is very time consuming. But if the product that I get at the end is worth it, then I can say, okay, this PDF pattern was worth my time and was worth my energy. So all in all, it's okay. It's a net win. This pattern overall, I would say, is a net win. It took a lot longer than I thought it would take. A lot longer. Okay. I don't know if it's because the construction was so intricate and detailed, which I appreciate, but your girl didn't know that the hand sewing was going to be required like it was. I don't mind hand sewing. Let me say that right out the box. I don't mind it, but there was a lot. There was a lot of hand sewing. So overall, I'm happy with my skirt. I don't know if you guys remember, I used that green faux leather croc fabric that I got at Fine Fabrics. So there's a peek at that. Love that. I still love the fabric. Absolutely. And it's a skirt now. So when I saw this pattern, I knew immediately that I wanted to use a faux leather just because I felt like it would really look good in a faux leather. And it does. So here is my finished skirt, you guys. Here's my waistband. You got two front darts here. It's very long. Oh, and there's a lining. There's a lining, y'all, which led to more time, but it's a fully lined skirt, which I love. Is beautiful. So here we go. Here's my lining, peekaboo. It's a nice kind of, what is that, like a shiny green. This is polyester lining in that slit there. And, there's my slit all the way down to the bottom, which is long. Yeah, so you've got your finished hem of your lining, your hem of your skirt itself. And then in the back, I love The button here, buttonhole, and a nice invisible zipper, which is lined, nicely lined on the inside. And then here you go, lining on the inside of that skirt as well. So that's my skirt. I literally just finished sewing this up, but I like it. I like it overall. Some things to know. Again, you will be hand stitching, blind hem stitching, blind catch stitching. So I had to get in my bag of hand stitches in order to complete this skirt. Lot of hand stitching. So I'll show you guys the pattern. It comes, you can print out everything. You know, it's got detailed steps. There's Viki. Hey girl, hey. The skirt itself. You know, lots of information. Lots of information about what you need to know. Things about the ease left in the garment, the length, suggested fabrics, all those good things. Fabric requirements. This is how I knew how much fabric to get when I went to the store. You know, of course, your notions are listed here. Invisible zipper, fusible bias tape, one button, and some thread. Here's your pattern layout, how you're gonna cut these pieces out, and your lining as well. They do recommend that you do a fitting before you actually, you know, sew up the entire skirt, which is smart. There are darts in the front and the back. There is an invisible zipper. Oh, and then what I found interesting was this, the seam allowances. So, you know, normally in the McCall's, Vogue, Butterick, Simplicity patterns, you're going with your 5/8 inch seam allowance. That's standard. But here, there's actually a list of different seam allowances that you will use throughout the skirt. So you have your garment hem, which is the bottom of the skirt, 1 5/8 of an inch. You have your lining hem, which is 3/4 of an inch. Your lining is definitely shorter than your skirt itself. Then you have your center back seam at 5/8 of an inch. That's so that you can easily install your zipper. And then you have all other edges at 3/8 of an inch. So if you're going to get this pattern, make sure you pay attention to this. I literally kept this out the whole time as I was sewing, just to make sure that I used the right seam allowances for each part of this skirt, because I didn't want it to be too big or too small or have any type of issues. So I really liked that, how they laid that out for you. And all of the pieces here for this skirt will be cut out on the right side of the fabric. So there were a good amount of steps. They didn't number them, but there are a good amount of steps. You can see by the number of pages that are in this pattern. But overall, I liked it. I like the construction. I like how it turned out. I mean, it looks really good, I think. So, you know, I'll definitely be wearing this skirt. I'm probably gonna pair it with some cute boots. I did actually have to do that blind catch stitching all along this slit, which took a while. It took about 30 minutes to an hour. Now, I don't hand sew often, so it may be that I'm just slow in that department. You know, it takes a little while to get it going, but it did take me a good bit of time to do that. I just turned on some music and just went to work. So that's how that turned out. Overall, I like the pattern. I did think that the skirt itself would be a little more form-fitting on the back, because it is a little, it just kind of hangs. It just kind of it doesn't really, you know, give you a waist or a body. It just kind of hangs. And so that's the only thing that I didn't expect. The only thing that I don't necessarily like about this skirt is that it's not giving me, you know, the feelings. It's not giving me the feels that I want to feel. But you know, I love the fabric. Like I said, the lining, I think it's gorgeous, and the skirt itself is really nice. I will have to pair it with something to give it a little bit more of a wow factor, but overall I'm really happy with this skirt. I did, you know, sew up my buttonhole. I started to sew my buttons on hand sew. Two reasons why. One, I find that when I hand sew my buttons on, it gives me more control and more precision as to where exactly my button goes. And I find that sometimes when I would sew my buttons on with the machine, my buttons would break. Because that needle, if you don't get it directly in the hole of the button, it's gonna break your button. And if you don't have spare buttons, that can really kill your day. So I have just started to say, you know what? I can quickly just sew these buttons on by hand. And so that's what I did here in this situation. And it's very secure, very sturdy. I know it's not going anywhere, so I'm happy with that. I did buy some more Viki Sews patterns. There was a sale, and so I was like, okay, why not? I think the next time I sew up one of the Viki Sews patterns, I'm going to need to have some extra time just because of the intricacies of the directions and the instructions, and all the potential hand stitching that may occur. I am a busy person. And so, you know, if I had all day to sew, then, you know, maybe I would be like, okay, let me go for it, especially since it's a PDF pattern. But I will try to fit them in here and there this year. But I don't think I'll be just cranking out these patterns with the Viki Sews patterns. Even though they're really, really cute, it just took a while. It just took a really long time for me to sew up the skirt. So overall, I would suggest this pattern if you like this type of skirt. I think maybe I envisioned it being a longer version of a pencil skirt. So you know how the pencil skirt kind of has that hourglass figure that it gives you. I envisioned this being that, but just elongated, and it wasn't that. So for that reason, I'm kind of on the fence about, you know, recommending that you guys sew this up, but I'm not saying don't at the same time. So yeah, I'll leave it up in the air. How about that? I'll leave it up in the air for you to decide what's best for you. All right, guys. Well, that is all that I have to share with you about this Viki Sews pattern. Again, this is the Malika skirt here, Viki Sews. So yeah, those are my thoughts. All right, guys. All right, you guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this pattern review. I enjoyed making it for you as always. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. Hit that subscribe button so we can continue to hang out together and you guys can continue to catch these fun videos once a week. All right, guys. Well, until next time, I will see you later.